Morning people. Got a couple of hours to spare today. It's the end of this beast from the east, as they called it. It's the most snow we've ever had in Clacton for quite a good few years. But I did come out on Friday because after struggling to work for most of the week, I just couldn't do it again on Friday. So I had what they call a snow day and stayed at home. And I tried to come over here. Well, I did come over here on Friday, but it was so windy that anything I filmed, you just couldn't hear anything. So I abandoned it. I've got a couple of hours spare today before I have to get home. So I thought I'd just pop over. Basically, what I want to do today is I've got a couple of bits of kit that I've purchased. I want to try out. One being a very cheap hammock. Now normally, I wouldn't advocate buying cheap gear, but I'll tell you the price in a little while. This was so cheap I couldn't resist it, just to see what it was like, to be honest with you. I have opened it out of the package, and but this will be the first time I've actually put it up. So I'll bring you up in on that, and the pack that I'm wearing on my back. Again, a charity shop find. It cost me a £5, and I'll show you what it's like. Absolutely fantastic. Well, I think so anyway. Anyway, bring you back when I've set up and got my kettle on for a nice cup of tea. See you soon. Russell. Okay, people, the pack that I picked up in a charity shop. It's a fishing store, right? But it's not one of these cheap ones. It's got a nice cover for the seat, very comfortable. And the pack on the back, I'll show you, it's made by a guy called Ron Thompson. Never heard of it, but quite a large pack. You can get quite a lot in there. It's got a good snow valise there, so you can cinch that down. You got two good sized pockets on either side. That will take a litre water bottle, no problem. And then you've got, you've got the pouch on the other side. Decent front pouch. It makes a very good day pack, really. And okay, there's no pocket in the top, but I think you've got everything in there that you need for a day pack, and you've got a seat combined. And the cost, well, like I said, charity shop find. Looks brand new. Don't think it's ever been used. Cost me a £5. I really don't think. When I saw that, I'm not a great one for these fishing stalls, but to be honest with you, that is actually quite comfortable to sit on, and it's quite sturdy. So for a day trip out in the woods, couldn't want for a better bit of kit, really. And the way I see it, you can either sit on it front ways. Let me show you a couple of ways I'm thinking about this, really. first of all, we can sit on it. Can't actually see me there, can you? A bit too. Put the camera a bit close, but sit in it as normal with the pack behind you, or as I see it, turn the pack around, put it up against the tree, straddle the pack, and you've got a nice backrest and full access to the pack in front. As I say, size wise, probably no more than 25, possibly 30 litres, which is ample for a day pack. I mean, I've got in here my honey stove. I mean, the plan was to sort of like get a fire going in the honey stove, but I really haven't got that much time today, and I really did want to get out and put this new hammock up, just to have a quick look at it. Yeah, and I think this, I say, for a fiver, you cannot go wrong, and this will be coming with me now on lots of day trips, because you go out into the woods and you got to either sit on a mat, you know, sit on the floor, or you take a chair with you, which is never fantastic because it's another item of kit to carry. You know, and us old people now, you know, we carry as little as possible, really. So I thought, when I saw this, and as I say, for a fiver, you know, I really couldn't go wrong. Yeah, anyway, but for £5 notes, I think it's well worth a bargain, and I think even Mr. Tightwad would be proud of me for that. For a fiver to get something really comfortable. Okay, he may say it may look a little bit gaylord, but I really don't care. For £5, I don't think it's bad, and it is the right colour. It's not like it's not like a nice sky blue or pink. You know, it's a nice colour, so it all blends in. So yeah, so that's my pack. So it is worth looking into these charity shops, because sometimes you do pick up bargains. So yeah, thanks a lot. Oh, I'll bring it back in a little while. As you may have noticed, my tea has brewed. So quite comfortable. I shall sit and drink my tea. Take my bag out, which I will get rid of before I go. I'll put it down there. While I'm sitting here, give you a quick update, if you're interested in, after my announcement a few weeks ago. I'm having a course of hormone injections. I've had 3 now, and it's, dare I say it, and I will touch wood when I say this, it's not been as bad as I thought it might be. So far my experience has been pretty good. I've not really had many side effects, so I don't think I've been moody. I may have been, but I'm not the right person to speak to when you to answer that question. Yeah, still feeling really tired, but other than that, yeah, it's all been going reasonably well. I had my first blood test this week. I've now got to wait for the results to see what my PSA levels are like. My nurse tells me that because of the injections, hopefully it will come down. So we shall see. I have an appointment with the urologist in 2 weeks' time, and I think we're going to be discussing treatment then. As I said before, I've opted for radiotherapy. Whether that's the right way to go, I'm not too sure. But I can discuss that with the urologist, and we'll go from there. So yeah, so hopefully everything's all going well. And like I say, I will reiterate, please guys, Stephen Fry made an announcement a couple of weeks ago, and so he only went for his flu jab, and the doctor suggested he have some blood tests. He had no idea, and his turned out to be quite aggressive. So it's worth getting yourself checked. I know lots of people have got themselves checked after my original message, and I'm really pleased about that. As I say, the message wasn't about me; it was about helping other people. Really, the more people can get checked, the more people that can find out whether they've got this horrible disease, the better. Because if you catch it early, you'll get cured. Anyway, enough of that. This is not about that. It's about testing a few bits of kit. So, let me drink the tea. Those of you that know me know that I'm a great lover of little gimmicky gadgets. Well, gimmicky? No, I'm a great lover of gadgets. So a couple of little gadgets I've bought, especially because of the cold weather, and this really came in handy last week. I've done a couple of days at work last week, standing outside, and it was bloody cold. Even though I work in London, which tends to be a little bit warmer than everywhere else, it was still cold. And I bought this hand warmer. Now I've got a petrol hand warmer, and I've never really got on with it. I can never get it to work. I used to have one of those charcoal hand warmers, but they were always messy and everything. Well, this thing actually plugs in. It charges. It's made by a company called Le Touch. Obviously made in China. Right, but it's a nice little thing, about the same size as a hand warmer, sits nicely in the palm of the hand, right, and you charge it up. It doesn't take more than a couple of hours to charge, and you've got 3 heat settings on this, and on the lowest heat setting, which is more than enough warm just to keep your hands nice and warm, that lasts for about 6 hours, so it's pretty good. And it also doubles up as a phone charger, so you can use it to charge your phone up as well. Comes supplied with a little lead. I think it cost me, I think it was about £16 something. If anyone's interested, I'll just drop a link in the bottom underneath to show you. Right, it's a handy. For me, it was a handy little gadget. Okay, we may not experience cold weather as much as we did last week, but I do suffer from a little bit from arthritis in my fingers, and I do, when it does get cold, they do hurt a bit. So something like this, I think, is really going to come in handy. So so that's that little one. Right, so I'll drop you a link for that one. And something actually I bought for work, which I think is going to come in handy for camping as well, is one of these little anemometers which measures wind velocity. It also does temperature as well. I got this for work because we're doing concreting at the moment, and you can only go down to a certain temperature before you have to stop. They asked me if I could pick up a thermometer, so I bought one which would be useful for me as well. They're paying for it, so that's even better. So there you go. So one little thermometer that measures the wind as well. So that'll come in handy for camps and days out. And it's quite a nice little size. No weight, just drops in your pocket. So a couple of little gadgets that I purchased. I do like my gadgets. So, right, I shall bring you back in a little while when I sort out this hammock. See you soon. Okay, people, this is the hammock I was talking about. That's the pouch that it folds up into, and that's connected actually to the hammock. So it's a little side pouch for use. Not a lot of weight in it. I haven't measured it, but I'll put the weight in a caption. When I get home, I'll measure the weight and everything. It's the material, they call it parachute silk, and I don't know. It's not like ripstock, but you can see that there. I don't know if you can see that very well. but it's like a silky material. I'm sure as long as I don't put anything sharp in it, it will last for a while. So so that's the material. The actual, it's gathered around the ends with some cordage, and I'll probably change that with a carabiner on. Yeah, so that's and it comes supplied. All they do is they supply you with some other cordage, which I think you're meant to wrap around the trees. That's crap. But and I'll tell you the price of this. These I saw advertised, and I think someone put a link on Facebook for these for the cost. And when I saw it, I couldn't really resist it. £2.99. So less than £3 for this hammock. It's a full-size hammock. It's 2.8 meters long by 1.4 meters wide. So it's definitely big enough. It's not as big as some, but it's certainly big enough. And I think probably big enough for a day hammock. Not sure. I'd like to. I don't know. Well, I haven't really seen it up yet, so we'll get it up and we'll sort of have a quick look at it. But for some reason, I actually, seeing the price, I actually bought two of them. You know, £2.99. I got two for £5.98, obviously. I have since looked, because I was going to drop you all the link down below, because some of you do like a bargain, but I've since gone back to the eBay site that I found these on, and the guys now put them up to £10.99. Whether I'd pay £10.99 for this, I'm not really sure, but say at £2.99, I don't think you can go wrong. You would, as Eddie would say, you cannot buy the material for that. And so I've got two of them, and we'll see how it is, because I have this vague idea of maybe stitching the two together so that I can sort of slip a mat inside it, and you know, I don't know whether that will make it stronger. I'll have to speak to my my sewing expert for that and see what he has to say. So yeah, so I brought with me my normal little sit hammock, which I've got DD tree huggers with, right, and I'm going to try and rig it up with that, and before I go to the expense of buying a complete hanging system for it. So let's get it, you know, let's get it up. I'm not going to show you me putting it up because I'm going to be farting around, but when I've got it suspended between the trees, I'll bring you back. Alright, there we go, people. My initial thoughts don't look too bad. As I say, I think it'll make a great day hammock. It's big enough. You can see what I was saying to you about the suspension. It's the cordage just goes through the end there. Comes to a carabiner. Very simple sort of suspension. I've just put these DD straps, which I normally use to throw up my sit hammock, with a carabiner at the end. I seem to have picked two trees that have about the right sort of distance apart. And as you can see, it lays quite well. I have sat in it. I didn't want it. I'm sure you would have loved me sort of like sitting in it and everything ripping. The only thing I don't like about these is these two materials. So there's too much stitching. So you've got one colour there and the colour at the top. It's not a fantastic colour. It's not actually the colour that I ordered, but for £2.99, I'm not complaining. You can see there how, say it's quite wide. What I'll do is I'll put you back on the tripod and we'll put it on. As I say, it's about, I think it's about, let's say it's about 2.82, between 2.4 and 2.8 meters long. So for a short arse like me, it's more than ample. It's certainly wide enough. but I'll put you back on the tripod. We'll sit in it, I'll get in it, and if it does collapse, you can laugh in merriment. So there it is, £2.99. I really don't think you can go wrong. Actually, it's probably possibly upside down actually, because the pocket's on the other side. Right, we'll change that around. Right, okay, I'll put you on the tripod and bring you back. Okay people, moment. Get down. Do you know what? That isn't bad. That might not last too long if the dog keeps on jumping on it. But yeah, it's not too bad. The two colours, because of that stitching, it seems to be pinching in a little bit at my shoulders. Maybe and that's a little bit better. Now I've got a bit of a diagonal lay. It's not bad at all. As I say, I think for a day hammock it would be fine. Not really sure. I don't know, maybe I would chance sleeping in it. But I think for the price, £2.99, that's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. Well, I reckon that, like I said, £2.99, you cannot go wrong. So I think it makes a brilliant day hammock. We're hopefully if the weather's reasonable next weekend, we can get out for a bit of a walk, and the walk that I want to do goes through a few woodlands, not too far away from home. And get Faye to come with me, get her out again, and I've got the hammocks with me. Then you know, we can have a stop, have a brew, and in the woods, then have a sit down and be comfortable. As I say, I think the blurb for this said it was a 2-person hammock. Maybe put 2 children in it, but I certainly wouldn't like to sleep 2 adults in here. I wouldn't like to sleep 2 people in a hammock anyway, to be honest with you, even if it was absolutely massive. Maybe a bridge hammock might be better, but the very nature of these things, because they're gathered in at the ends, sort of like just draws everyone to the middle. Yeah. So you got two people. It's like having one of those horrible cheap mattresses that you just roll into the middle. Yeah. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. But no, I'm really happy with this. That's a couple of really good bargains I got there. I think Mr. Tyke would be very impressed, I reckon. A hammock for £2.99 and a nice pack and a seat for a £5. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I would have. I mean, if people are interested, I will drop. I can drop them a link if they ask for it. But as I said, I've noticed that when I checked the link before this weekend to come out, I noticed that the guy had put these up now to £10.99. And as I say, I'm not sure I'd pay £10.99 for one, seeing that you know you could probably put a bit extra and buy a reasonably decent. I think my first hammock from 10th Wonder was only about 13 quid itself. I know that was a few years ago, but I don't think their bog standard ones are that much expensive now. Yeah, certainly less than 20. Yeah, and you get a good quality hammock for that. Only time will tell with this, but I wasn't expecting too much at £2.99, I must admit, but I am impressed. I just flipped the hammock over so now that the pouch is now usable. So you can just drop a mug in there if you wanted to. Hold your mug there. So the pouch now becomes usable. So, okay, ladies and gents, cheers, just for you. So people, the £2.99 hammock. First impressions, I like it. Material, yeah, okay, maybe not be as strong as ripstop. Maybe you have to be careful what you wear to bed when you use it, if you use it for bed, or even if you're using it as a day hammock, what you're wearing on your belt. I've actually got a knife attached to this belt, but because I've got it covered over by this smock, it's not going to catch anything. But if I was to take this smock off, then maybe the knife might, although there's no sharp edges because it's in a sheath, but it may cause a problem. I got in it in my boots. Maybe that's not a good idea, but it's as I say, I was only in it for a short while. We'll give it more uses over the coming months, and we'll see it a lot more. But say for £2.99, I keep on saying this because I'm fairly chuffed really. I don't think you can beat that. Okay, it does split. What have I lost? 3 quid. As good old Mr. Tightwad will say, cheaper than the price of a posh coffee. So can't be bad. So I thought I'd give the selfie stick a try. And filming this on my phone as opposed to the camera. Quite impressed actually with the phone's qualities. The Samsung S8. I've had it since about the beginning of December really, and it's not been too bad. The pack itself, I don't know if you can see that. It's a bit awkward. It sits quite nicely on my back. It's not loaded up or anything like that at the moment, but and like I said, keep on reiterating the fact that it comes from a charity shop, and at £5 you cannot go wrong with a £5. The other thing, it's just amazing. I came here, today's Sunday, I came here on Friday, and this place was absolutely covered in snow. And the road to this little bit of woodland was actually closed. I had to take the long route round to get here. It is open now. If I can, I'll try and set it up so you can see some of the snow on the side. I mean, okay, it's not as bad as what we've had it, of what some of you guys have had it up north. Then, you know, we're, as you would put it, we're southern softies. Yeah, but we don't normally get snow like that around here.